presentation is called Motherhood because there are unanswered questions pertaining to Africa. We're going to step straight into this one. Alright, what do you know about you? I'm speaking to the African Americans in this class. What do you know about you?
I know that African American. One at a time.
Miss Lynn, what you know about you, Miss Lynn?
I know my parents are from Alabama. I know that my history dates back to Africa, but I don't know the specific details.
You know that all the African Americans, I know y'all forced immigrants?
Yep.
Let's be clear, the definition of a forced immigrant is an African American. You see, that's a lie in itself, because we're not Africans. We're not even American, because this is in America. So let's take time, let's listen up, and let's really get serious about this, because this is a controversial topic, and it's serious. So if you were in my class before, when Mr. Clark first brought up this topic, I mentioned somebody named Scipio Africanus. And if you paid attention in world history, y'all was giving a project on him and stuff like that. He's a Roman conqueror, see? In 217 BCE, this is before the Common Era, he came to what we know as Ethiopia and the Kush kingdoms and the Mali kingdoms because it wasn't an established continent yet. It was just countries and nations that were claimed as one. Well, he took his name and he gave it to Africa. He broke his name down, as you see right here, took the first part of his name and he turned that into Africa. Now this is only the beginning. This is the beginning that they're starting to take our history and break down what is ours. This is the start. It's like the spark of the flame, you know. And everything else after it is gasoline being poured on the fire. Let's go on. This slide is called golden. You know, because everybody know that Africa is rich in gold. It's a major surplus in gold in Africa, just like it is with the diamonds. But in 417 BC, they were thriving with gold. And 417 BC is around the time that the evangelists, if you're Christian, you know what the evangelists are, destroyed the Roman Empire. Well, if Mr. Clark gave you King Mansa Musa from Mali, he the one who saved the Roman Empire. He sent over $1 billion of gold to the Roman Empire. Saved the Roman Empire. Now this is coming from somebody that we believe to be big-lipped and illiterate. This is what they told us. They big-lipped and illiterate. Now this is what the idea they had of us. So if somebody big-lipped and illiterate, why would he send billions of dollars of gold to save your country? Or your whatever you want to call it, your group. The people they established. That's what we did. That's what these big-lipped, illiterate people did. We saved the Roman Empire. We saved Europe because the Roman Empire is a major part of Europe. Now, religion, it is told on the African history. We gotta look deep into the religions. Because if you read the Bible, it talks about certain Egyptian pharaohs and Moses, and the story of Moses, and how the pharaoh wouldn't release his people, but see, the Europeans wrote the Bible, and they wouldn't release us. They had us locked down for 400 years, and we still locked down today mentally, because we read these Eurocentric history books that says nothing about us. You get 12 pages about African history, and it says nothing. Nothing at all. You're not learning anything. So when they say slavery is over, you laugh at them. That's something you laugh at. Because slavery is abolished except in the act of crime, and that's an amendment. And the religions we look at, when it comes down to them breaking down our people and the people who live in this continent, this beautiful continent called Africa, we look at the Christians because Christians took their time to travel to Africa, to tell these kids in Egypt that their ancestors covenanted with devils. They wanted these kids to believe that the people before them worshipped the devils. They believed in witchcraft and voodoo, which is a lie. Because if that's true, why is it that the Passions of Osiris is the basis and the foundation of the Christian religion? Because before this Jesus in the Bible, it was Osiris. He started the idea of his son being reincarnated as him. That was his idea. He believed in that. And they took that and they ran with it. Just like they took a lot of things and they ran with it. They took mathematics and they ran with it. They took the languages and they ran with it. They took astronomy and they ran with it. Everything we had, they ran with it. They did the pure Masonic thought. Andrew Solomon, he's an African. They took that idea and they ran with it. You ever heard of Egyptology or the study of Kemet? Because that's what Egypt was before, you know, they called it Egypt was Kemet. But Egyptology is the study of Egypt, you see? And now these people were thick-lipped and illiterate. Why are you turning them into the science? I mean, are they really that complex to understand? If they were wild, they said we were wild like animals. If we that wild, why do you want to take your time to turn this into a science? People dedicate their lives to studying this. But we're thick-lipped and illiterate. Now this is what they say about us. If we thick-lipped and illiterate, why is it so hard for them to understand hieroglyphics? Why is anything that we do so complex that they got to turn into a science? They take a people, the traditions, their thoughts, their beliefs, and everything they stand for and turn it into a science? But we thick-lipped and illiterate. That's what they say about us. And that's a mental game in itself. That's a part of the system that we don't believe in. Because, see, this is what the media does. The media portrays the system as a joke, but we became comfortable with it. Just like we slowly becoming comfortable with the fact that racism isn't over. We're not equal. It isn't over. That Black Power movement is not over. We're not equal yet. We ain't get there. Just because we're allowed to go to the same schools, and which we're not. Because look around the class. Look around the school. What you see? Minorities. It ain't over. We gotta keep going because this is what they want us to believe. They want us to be okay with the things that's going on, and we can't. Y'all can spend time to look at sneakers and get on Facebook and get on Instagram, but y'all can't take time to get deep into your history. I took my whole summer studying this. It's up to y'all to dig deep because I only got 25 minutes per class. Y'all got y'all whole lives. I'm gonna keep studying whether y'all do or not. This is what I'm gonna do. It's up to y'all to get deep into this. This is what I live for. I live for the African history and for us to stand strong and for us to believe in something. Because we didn't come from huts and caves. We're not wild animals. We're humans. That's something you gotta believe yourself, man. Now, with science, since they turned this into a science, let's think about this. What do you use to do science? The scientific method, right? That's what they use to do science. So you gotta form a question. Why is this civilization more complex than ours? Now, once you form this question, you have to gather data. Now, this is where Scipio Africanus comes into play. They send over their conquerors and their explorers to study what we do. So how do you experiment on these people? Because that's a part of the scientific methods, right? You have to experiment. Only way to experiment these people is to take them, and that's where slavery comes into play. They took us, turned us into slaves. They took our archives of history that we saved from thousands of years and stuff that we built up, and they burnt it. They burnt our archives. We had nothing. But that's what they want you to believe, that there's nothing. If you take time to study, you find out more than I know. Because I know a lot, but I don't know everything about the history. I'm going to keep studying. And that's what y'all should do. Start studying. It's simple. Alright, so now this is serious because every time I sit down and talk to a history teacher or talk to a historian or talk to somebody, one of my colleagues or people that I learn from, I'll bring up the situation that I believe that Moors and Arabs are saying that Arab is just a synonym for Moors. Because if you look closely in this picture, behind George Washington, the first president of the United States of America is a Moor. Not an Arab, a Moor. And he's dressed just like an Arab. Taliban, and traditional Arab clothing. But he's a Moor. Just like they took our history and ran with it, I believe that they took the ideology of Moors and turned it into the Arabs. Because when you fill out a job application, it doesn't say Arab. Does it? You don't see Arab on a job application. You don't see Arab on a college application because there's no ethnicity group called Arab. Where did they get this idea from? The Moors. And you have to study that yourself because that's such a controversial topic. I can go on and on about the Moors. But I only have a certain amount of time, so y'all gotta study these things yourself. It's serious, yo. It's serious. See, when you believe that you came from nothing, all you want to be is nothing, they try to destroy our minds. That's a part of the system. It's serious. They breaking us down with our history. With our own history. If we knew what our history was, they wouldn't be able to do that. Because when the history teacher tell you that, oh, Africans lived in huts, you can stand up and say, nah, I know that for a fact because I studied myself. You can speak out against a teacher telling you to do work, but you can't speak out against a teacher telling you the wrong stuff about your history. You gotta start standing up for yourselves. Us as black people standing together. Because, like I said, we are not equal. We are far from equal. Just because we can work and we can go to school does not mean we're equal. And it doesn't matter that the president is black. That doesn't mean a thing. Not at all. Because racism still exists. It's going to forever exist. But it's up to us to get over that. To be over them. We have to rise up. It's not a game, yo. It's serious. And this last slide is called sellouts. You see, I'll be wrong if I just came over here and blamed everybody else for the things that went on in Africa and the slavery and stuff. But we fell for it. Acts of stupidity, we fell for it. The same goal we gave to them to save them, they gave it back to us to take our people. They came over with gold and guns and we gave our people away. Kings like Shaka Zulu, Musa IV gave away our people for the same gold that we gave them. Africa still has a surplus in gold today. Just like Africa is full of beautiful cities. But we gave up our people for that gold. The same Africans that they say live in huts are the Africans that built Rome and the lighting up the streets and built the bridges in Rome. You feel me? It's a lot of things that we gotta look into ourselves. Because it's lies that they tell us every day, just like they want you to believe as little kids running around Africa with AK-47s on the back of the trucks with RPGs, when it isn't. It's not like that. Just like they try to convince you that Africa is full of jungles. Africa is not full of jungles. Nothing but green land. Beautiful green land. With beautiful animals and things that they don't want you to see. But it's up to you to study that. Because see, if you want to hide something from a black man, where you put it? In a book, because it's the last place we're going to look. So when y'all go home today and y'all think about what y'all going to do before you hop on that computer and get on those social sites, you should start searching your history. Because it's scary that they hiding this stuff from us. It's crazy. Thank y'all for listening and thank y'all for tuning in my presentation. Y'all have a nice day. And don't forget to study your history, man.